Hello, welcome to my channel once more. In today's class, we are going to learn how to sew this trendy gown. I'm very sure you've been seeing this gown all around. It's been trending. So this is what we are going to sew today. So if you are new to this channel, kindly like, share and subscribe to this channel. We have lovely tutorials. Now let's get on with today's tutorial. So in today's class, this is what we are going to be using. On the thumbnail, they use patterned Ankara, but I'm going to use this colorful one and it will come out well. So instead of organza, I'm also using net to just give it an edge. They say we should not copy everything to the T. You can be creative with yours. So I have this leftover net, that's what I'm using, and 3 yards of Ankara. So this is what I'm going to use. So I've already gone ahead to fold that 3 yards into 4 equal parts. So I folded it. So after doing that, I'm just going to create my borderline by measuring 1 inch from the beginning of the Ankara. Just measuring. So all my measurements will start from that 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and measure my full length of the gown. Since it's a short gown, I'm using 40 inch. By the time I turn it, it will be like 39. It's a short gown, a mini gown, let me say. So after measuring my full length, the next thing I want to do now is to impute my shoulder. My shoulder is 8 inches, that's divided by 2. So I'm going to have add another 8.5 inch because it is a cut together shoulder. So I'm going to impute it. So everything will be 16.5. So that total measurement of 16.5, I will draw it down. I'll just extend it down and use my ruler to extend that line down a bit because that's where the opening of my hand will be. Can you see it? So I just extended it. So it depends on how long you want your shoulder to be. Now from that edge of the extended, I'll go down by 1 inch and create my shoulder slope. If I don't do this, the shoulder will be hanging and I want it to drop a bit. So that's why I came down by 1 inch to create my shoulder slope. After doing that, it's now time to create my hand opening. Since it's not a tight fitted sleeve, the opening will be 20 inches. So on fold is 10 inches. So I'm just going to measure 10 inches. So that's how wide my sleeve will be. Now from that 10 inches, I'm going to come down by extra 1 inch. Do you understand? That is where all my measurements will be. Extra 1 inch to create that curved effect. So from there now, the largest part of my body is my hip. I'll divide it by 4. Then I'll add extra 4 inches. Totally depends on how wide you want it to be. I want it to be 4 inches. So I'm going to use the same measurement down. That is my hips divided by 4 and extra 4 inches. So that's how I'm going to use it. It's a straight gown down. So I'll just roll it the same way, just straight down. Do you understand? So now after doing that, I'm just going to connect the lines together. 4 inches. So it depends on if you want it to be wider, you can use 5. So I'll just connect from where my hand up opening is and connect it to that line to create a little curve. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to create a curve and the down part of our gown is essentially ready. So on the neckline, I'm cutting the since the front and the back is on fold, so the width is 3 inches for both. Now the depth for the back is 1.5 inch. So I'm rolling the back first. Is 1.5 inch for the back. It's on fold. Then the front, I'm going to come down. It will be 3 inches. Do you understand? So the neck depth for the back is 1.5 and the front is 3 inches. I'm just trying to chalk it very well. In my head, I feel like you cannot see it. So now on the shoulder, when we want to cut it, you are going to add allowance of 0.75 because of that rope at the shoulder. So at least 0.75 so that it will be easy for you. So I first of all cut the back first, the back neckline. Then I'll cut the body the same way, everything except the back neckline. Can you see it? So now I'm going to open it now and remove the back since I've already cut the neckline. Just going to remove the back. Then I'm going to rearrange the front. Make sure it's well aligned. So after rearranging it, that I'm satisfied with the way it is. Just rearrange it very well. Because if you don't do that, it will affect the outcome of your destiny. Now you cannot cut off the front neckline. Can you see it? So now we're getting somewhere. Our gown is coming together. So now on that front neckline, you're going to come down by 4 inches. You're trying to create that V effect, that opening in front. Then on the which you are going to go in by 0.5 inch or 0.25 inch. It depends on how wide you want that opening to be. So it's going to form a tiny V. So just connect it. It's going to form this tiny V. So you just use your scissors and cut it out. So the deeper you want it, If you go down a little bit, it might expose your bust, so you have to be careful. So now after cutting it, let me open it up for you to see. Can you see it? We've created a tiny V. Now our neckline is ready. So now the next thing we want to do now is to cut interfacing for our neckline. So I'm going ahead to fold the leftover fabric into two. I will now place my front on top of it and just cut it with the outline of the neck. So I'm cutting it gently so you guys will see what I'm doing. I'm just gently following the pattern of that tiny V we did and the neckline. Just cut it out. So that will be my interfacing for the front. There is no facing for the back, just the front. And it's because of that V shape. So I'll just cut it. So I'm now going to measure 1.5 inches and just rule it. Just watch what I'm doing. Just going to rule it and cut it out gently. So now our interfacing is ready. So this is how it's going to look. Now what I want to go and do next is to serge the edge of that my shoulder. I'm going to serge it. When I'm done, I'll come and show you. I'm also going to do that to the neckline. However, on the down part of that interfacing, I ironed it in. You can serge it, you can iron it. Me, I like ironing it. So I iron it in and I placed it on top of it. So I'm just going to close only that V part. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm showing you. Just close only the V part. You're not touching the neck. Oh. Just that V, that opening. Let me use my chalk to actually chalk it to show you guys exactly what I mean. So you're just going to hold it by maybe 0.25 inch at least, or 0.5 inch at most. Just know that the wider you hold it, the more difficult it is for it to relax. So you hold it tiny. When you are done, I've held this, you just notch it round so that it will relax very well. Then you turn it. Can you see me trying to turn it now? Gently. If you notch it very well, we turn. Just turn it so that it will lay flat. So after turning it now, you are just going to lay it flat, then you give it a good press on it. Can you see how smooth it is? So it's laying flat already. So now I'm going to bring my back pattern. So the right side of my back pattern will be facing the right side of my front pattern. So now please watch how I'm going to close up the shoulder. So you are going to hold the right side of your front pattern and the right side of your back pattern facing each other. Hold it together. Then that interfacing, you are going to twist it. Make sure that the rough edges is the same part with the rough edges of the fabric itself, and you sew it. Let me do it again for you to see. Just watch what I'm doing. You understand? Because I don't know how else I'll explain it. So you're just going to sew it 0.75 inch, the allowance you gave when you were cutting. You just sew it down. Now when you are sewing it, don't get to the edge, please. Like remain like 1 inch on the edge of that shoulder. So I've gone ahead to sew it. See, look at how it looks. So now you can now use your hemming gum to close up the interfacing, or you top stitch on it. It depends on you. So after doing that, you are going to open your fabric and iron it, that shoulder. Open it and iron it. Let it lay flat. Remember, I didn't sew it to the end. Let it lay flat. Then let me show you. I'm gonna ahead to cut my turn up. It's 2 inches on fold, and if you open it, I folded it in by half an inch on both sides. I didn't add anything interfacing so that it will relax well. So now you are going to open it on the wrong side of your fabric. By the time you open it, just follow how you ironed it and sew it half inch on the four parts of the shoulder. So I'll do it now. Come and show you. So after doing it now, after sewing it on the wrong side, so you turn the fabric to the right side, then you just fold it in and top stitch on it. It makes it neat. Can you see it? It makes it neat. And that band. So when I'm done, so now I'm done. Now it's not time for me to close up the shoulder. You just close it up. Can you see it? Just close it up. After closing it up, iron it, give it a good press, let it lay flat. So after opening it, now I want to get the length of my rope. I'm using 9 inches. How long you want your rope to be depends on you. I've also gone ahead to fold fabric to create tiny ropes. I created four. So you just place the rope under the allowance for the shoulder. Can you see it? Just place it under the allowance of the shoulder. Starting from where that 9 inches is, place the other rope, so it will be four ropes, two on each shoulder. Can you see it? So you first of all top stitch on the rope so that it will not move. Then you now sew it at the edge. Make sure you don't sew on top of the rope, at the edge of the allowance. So now this is the result. So you can draw it how you want. And we've created our rope, our loop. So I've done it for the other side. Now it's time for us to turn our neckline. So I've gone ahead to measure a fabric and I've ironed it. But I measured it, it is 1.5 inches, and I cut it in bias format. You can cut it straight, but it's advisable you cut it in bias format. So it depends on how you want your neckline to be. Me, I want it to be tiny, that's why I use 1.5. You want it to be wider than that, you can use 2 inches. So I folded it half inch on both sides. So now see how I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to turn my fabric to the wrong side. Now I'm now going to fold my bias by half an inch and just sew it. Just follow the line that you ironed. Sew it around. Then you now turn your fabric to the right side and just turn that bias on top and just top stitch on it. If you iron it well, just follow the ironing to create it. So you just top stitch on it round and you've closed your neckline. So now it's time for the pocket. What you want to do now is to iron the front so that you can get the midpoint. So you iron it so to create this line so you can get the midpoint. So for your shoulder now, you come down by 18 inches. That is 1 inch below your half length. Come down 1 inch below your half length. My half length is 17. So I came down to 18 inches. So from you just connect it on both sides. Please oh, I ironed the midpoint. That's how I know. In case it's not showing, I ironed it. Please iron yours. That's how you get it. So your pocket will be well aligned. So from that midpoint, you measure 2 inches on both sides. That's where your pocket will start from. From the midpoint, 2 inches on both sides. So now you've known how you are going to arrange your pocket. Now let's see our pocket. For my pocket, I cut a fabric of 10 by 10 inches. So after cutting it 10 by 10, I now ironed half inch round. But the topmost part, I sew it. So in order for me to know where my up is or my down is, you can see that I ironed the pocket. So it created this gate of line. So my net now, I've also gone ahead to cut long strip of net. I've also gone ahead to cut long strip of net. So it's 3 inches. If you open it, by the time you fold it, it will be 1.5. Can you see it? It's 3 inches. When you fold it, it will be 1.5. So if you are using organza, the same thing, you cut it 3 inches. By the time you fold it to 1.5. So since you've ironed the pocket, you are just going to fold the net and start pleating underneath the pocket gently. Just fold it. Since it's net is wiggling, so you just split it. So you just do it gently, split it around. So it now depends on how full you want it to be. Just make sure that it's half an inch that is entering underneath the pocket so it will not swell. So I've gone ahead to do that. Can you see the inside? So I just splitted it around by half an inch and see how beautiful it is. So I'm just going to lay my pocket on that mark that I made earlier. I've already marked it, so you are just going to lay your pocket on it. Make sure the edge aligns with that line you marked earlier. So just lay it on it. You can see how beautiful our pocket is coming. So in order for to make your life easier while you're sewing this cloth, please use pins for this pocket. If you don't use pin, by the time I'm sewing it to move and you have to be losing up and down. So it's better if you just use pins to secure your pockets in place. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to secure the two pockets. After doing that, I'm now going to sew it around. Make sure I'm sewing on top of the line I used to pleat so that the pocket will be neat. So I've done that already. It's now time to close up our gown and I'll show you the end result. So you're just going to fold your gown into two, hold the edge, sew it by half an inch on the other side and turn it round. Now look at our beautiful gown. Can you see it? So you can drag this loop up and you can drag it down. So if you like this video and you've watched to this end and you've not subscribed, please do. Take care. Bye.